I believe, I don't know if anybody else has stated this, so I'm going out on a limb here. It's my belief that Moldavite carries inherently the power of all other crystals in it. So this is a pretty hefty claim, I know, but if you're somebody who's passionate about Moldavite, if you're excited about crystals, then you should enjoy this video, and, you know, I mean, you could. So I think that Moldavite carries a certain energy and vibration to it, just as all crystals do. All crystals carry this kind of energy to it based on the actual energy that it's carrying, collective power that is given to it over time. People believe that this is what it's doing. People continue to work with it. This increases that inherent power of it, the power of symbolism, so on and so forth. All of these crystals carry this kind of power and energy to them, the power to amplify our intention. I think it's really exciting. And Moldavite, the energy that it carries, that we can connect with, is the energy of transformation. This is something that a lot of people talk about, and we can all kind of agree on this for certain, right? But what is the energy of transformation? Like, what does that actually mean? We can all kind of meet up in the middle and say, yo, Moldavite's transforming us. Finger gun to each other. We can all do this. But what is that energy actually? What is it representing? What does it hold and what does it feel like? I believe that Moldavite is actually carrying the energy of you. I don't believe that Moldavite carries a specific frequency or energy to create something new in our lives. I believe that Moldavite carries the inherent vibration and energy of you. So Moldavite is, in this kind of sense, enhancing and amplifying yourself, because we are all always transforming. The frequency and respondence of transformation and how this unfolds and takes place, I mean, this is woven into the fabric of reality. We're constantly transforming. We're constantly having experiences, growing in relationships, all these things that we are evolving ourselves. And we seem to almost kind of be like moths to the flame in this kind of sense when it comes to spiritual evolution. A lot of us might even go so far as to say that we are here in this dimension of reality, experiencing ourselves to spiritually evolve, to come closer and closer to realizing ourselves. Maybe not. I mean, this is what some people think. I'm just throwing it out there. Now, I believe that Moldavite is this energy, the energy that is already taking place in every single moment of our lives. So when we bring Moldavite into our lives, and we are working with it, let me see if I can get the camera to focus here. Oh yeah. So Moldavite is helping us to transform. These things that are transforming, Moldavite isn't creating those. Moldavite is, in a sense, just kind of expediting and speeding this process up, because we're giving this energy and this frequency in our lives our attention. We're intentionally going and getting a piece of Moldavite, bringing it into our lives, feeling the energy that it carries, making a statement to the universe and reality, saying that this is what we are doing, this is what we are amplifying, and then we are responding to all these transformational experiences in our lives, and we are growing through that energy. So Moldavite is the power of you. So when I say that Moldavite carries the power of all other crystals, again, I know this is a hefty statement, but my meaning here is actually that you, inside of yourself, have the power of all other crystals. You carry all of this energy inside of you. All of these frequencies and vibrations are actually created from within us. The crystals are a powerful tool to amplify and to work with and to be able to connect with in this kind of physical reality. I'm not saying that crystals aren't real. I definitely would not be spending the kind of money that I have spent on said Moldavites if I didn't believe that it was real. So don't catch me wrong here. What I'm trying to emphasize is that when we are working with these energies, we're actually bringing these from within us. It's actually a really powerful thing to realize and to be one with. Now, Moldavite, because it is the energy of you, when we are working with Moldavite, when we are transforming, when we are being brought more into the present moment, it's in the present moment that this is where we can actually create all this other energy and this change, and we can use other kinds of crystals all kinds of crystals when we are present, and we can actually use them much better and more effectively. So this is a great reason why Moldavite is a great crystal to be pairing with all whatever combinations you're working with, right? So the statement that Moldavite carries the power of all other crystals. The practical reason for me to say this is that you carry the power of all other crystals. When you become resonant with yourself, when you realize yourself more fully and you become more the present moment, when you become more one with that, which is the energy that Moldavite is bringing into our lives, by the way. I've got an entire video on this. I will tag it in the description for you if you want to check that out. But this is what I believe that Moldavite is doing. That's the energy of transformation. Presence. In the present moment is where we transform. So why is Moldavite the power of all other crystals? Because when you become one with yourself and you are in the present moment, this is where you can actually access and activate all these other energies in your life and all these different powers. You can work with all these different crystals. You can get this flowing and firing on all cylinders and dimensions of reality when you become one with this kind of Moldavite energy and the source of yourself. Now, the statement where we say that Moldavite is the most powerful crystal in the world, the reason I say this and that I agree with it is because you are the most powerful crystal in the world, baby. It's you. You are the most powerful. You are the source of all this power. So the reason that the reflection of Moldavite is said to be the most powerful crystal is because Moldavite brings you to the most powerful crystal, yourself. Other crystals aren't necessarily doing this in the way that Moldavite is. This is the distinction. When you bring, let's go ahead and say, a piece of citrine into your life and you're working with citrine. Let's say that you are using this to amplify your intention of abundance and manifestation. Here's a piece of citrine for you to check out. I'm always carrying like a whole full kit of whatever crystals you might need. So this is what some crystals are doing, right? We're amplifying specific intentions and growing certain things in our lives. Moldavite, in a sense, when we begin to work with it, we take that stance, a lot of us who are new to Moldavite, we take the stance that this is just like all these other crystals to amplify and to bring something into our lives. Moldavite, actually, in my opinion, tends to activate a certain thing in you to remove a lot of these things from your life, to remove a lot of these things that we are normally trying to build and create for ourselves, because it turns out that that's not actually who you truly are. It's not really something that's heart-centered, which is what Moldavite is this heart-centered energy. So it helps us to separate from all these layers of things that aren't really us and are a lot of things that might just be holding us back in our lives, and brings us into who we are in the present moment, which is where we are the most powerful expression of ourselves, which is where we have the power of all other crystals, which is where we have the true power of ourselves. It's right here, right now. This is what Moldavite is doing to help us to bring into our lives. Now, Moldavite has an incredible amount of uses and different things and effects that it can bring up into our lives. But I will continue to stand here and converse about how it's the same thing for all of these things you could possibly come up with. It's taking place in the present moment. Why are you transforming? It's because transformation takes place right now in the present moment. Normally we project it to the future. We envision ourselves to be something. Why does Moldavite help with manifestation? Because we stop envisioning things in the future, because we're finally present right now. Right now is where we can create change in our lives. It's where we can manifest. It's where we can be present. It's where we can express all these different dimensions of ourselves on a much higher level. This is the power of Moldavite. Now, there's a lot of different ways actually that you can connect to your Moldavite. And a lot of the reason for this is because we can actually amplify our work with crystals if we know ourselves based on our own specific vibration and frequency and our own uniqueness. There might be a way that you connect with your Moldavite that might be different from others. For example, for me, the most powerful way for me to feel my Moldavites is to simply wear them over my heart. Now, a lot of this is because that's the symbolism that resonates with me, that I'm able to activate that power and to allow that to grow in my life, because again, the power is actually coming from in me. A lot of people might like to do something called Moldavite gazing, where you just kind of stare up into your Moldavite in the light. That's cool too. You could do Moldavite water. There's all different things. I'll tag a video in the description for you guys if you want to check it out. It's different ways to use and to feel Moldavite. I think that video has a lot of cool, expressive ideas that you could start bringing Moldavite into more physical aspects of your life, therefore increasing, again, that energy, creating this transformation. Anyways, I could keep going on and on about Moldavite. I always do. I will tag here for you a whole playlist all about Moldavite, everything you need to know. At the end of the day, you are the most powerful source of everything. So work with Moldavite, bring that out in yourself, work with whatever you can and whatever works for you to bring yourself closer and closer to the energy of your truth, which is right in the present moment. So once again, Moldavite playlist. My name is Nathan. I make 3 videos a week. If you want to subscribe, cool. I will catch you for the next video. Have a good one.